When we first come to get Ovi out of the crate, we want to stay calm and keep him calm. Take your time letting him out and make sure he's calm. If he tries to push by, use your body to block him. Stand up tall, make him wait a minute, and calm down before you release him out. Next, we do our sit at the door. If he's in your space, walk into him, have him sit, and release him out. The same thing applies when you let him back in. Block the space at the door, have him sit. He needs to be calm, and then release him in. We're going to practice sending Ovi to his crate just to hang out there and not always close the door. So here we're practicing sending him to that spot while he fixed his breakfast. This teaches him that the crate isn't just for when you leave. And it's not that bad, contrary to what Ovi thinks. So since he's calm, we're going to release him out, have him sit for his breakfast, and release him. Next, we're going to go for a walk. We send him to his bed to put the leash on. This starts our walk calm. He's released off. No biting the leash. Then we're going to do another sit at the door. If he gets up, just walk right back through him, have him sit, and release him out. Before we go for a walk, we're going to get Ovi warmed up and walk some circles to get him calmed down and walking in heel position. Ovi will be on the inside of the circle. It's okay if you bump him a few times, that gets him paying attention to you. Throw in some sits beside you. Good boy. We're getting his focus. Make sure you're walking tall, looking ahead, shoulders back. Practice another sit. Ovi gets really lazy with his sits, so a down is fine. Notice Ovi paying attention to you instead of everything else. That's what we want. Ovi just got distracted, so we see what it is. If it's nothing, we walk right into him, block his view, and continue what we're doing. Practicing a stay works on Ovi's self-control. And when you're ready, heel. You can also work on your recall. So a sit, stay, and then call him to you. Good boy. When he gets there, he should sit or down because lazy Ovi. But he came, so he gets belly rubs. All right, let's go. Ovi gets lazy if he doesn't want to do something or he gets bored with something. So keep moving through because he's got plenty of energy. Another thing you can practice is swapping Ovi behind you and turning into him and going the other way. These are good maneuvers to practice for when you need to move Ovi around on the leash based upon what's coming ahead of you, or if a dog or something is distracting him. It's good to be able to swap him behind you, continue walking, or if something up ahead is too much for him, to turn into him and go the opposite way. So practice these maneuvers with no distractions so that he gets used to them as well as you. One more sit, stay, down. And call him to you. And we're all done. Now that he's calm and focused, you can go for your walk. We also practice manners at the car. He needs to wait to be invited in. Good boy. And he gets another wait command when we get to where we're going. He has to be nice and calm before we get out of the car. So this starts your outing nice and calm. And release him out. Ovi's a very agile dog, so we practice obstacles to keep his brain focused, wear his energy out, and it's fun for him. You can find places on your walks for him to jump on walls, practice sit stays and down stays, things for him to jump over, climb over. Working Ovi this way keeps him from getting so anxious because he's too tired and he just chills out. Ovi's a superstar. He can jump on just about anything. Good job. That big yawn there shows he's getting worn out. He can even jump over moving objects. Circus dog. We're going to do another sit at the door before going inside. Release him in. Send him back to his bed to take the leash off. And release him. Next, we want to practice sending Ovi to his spot and having him hang out there while we do some other things. He gets a chewy so he can occupy himself in an appropriate way. We've spent our time with Ovi, and now it's time for him to be on his own and settle down. He doesn't need to be right under our feet. We need to be able to get up and walk away without him getting frantic. take the time to do things around the house, and Ovi doesn't have to be right underfoot. This helps teach him that he can settle down and not be so anxious about what you're doing all the time. Good job, bud. Once he's settled, practice getting up and leaving the room while he stays put with a wait command at the door. Wait simply means just don't follow me around. Give me some space. Go settle on your own. Practice this when you have a few minutes to follow through and make sure that you can put him back in a nice, calm way.
Boy.
When you come back in, he gets a small pat on the head, but you're not overly excited. Can also try closing the door and leaving him in a room. This will help practice being able to leave him at home in a nice, calm way without having to put him in the crate every time. Good job. Your entrances and your exits are going to be nice and calm. Remind him with a wait, just going outside for a minute. We don't want him to panic. If he starts to get antsy, I'm gonna come back in, tell him to go lay down. We don't need Ovi right now. We can take care of things on our own. And then when we come back inside, we stay tall, walk right through him. Then, when we're ready to spend time with Ovi, we invite him up on the couch, give him his chewy. He hangs out in his spot, right here, good job. And we hang out in ours. So Ovi doesn't decide when he jumps on the couch. You decide when he gets up on the couch. And you set the boundaries that he can't be all in your face. He gets his spot and you get yours. When you're ready to snuggle, then you decide and you snuggle. Good boy. And then when you're ready for him to get down, you tell him to get down.
Boy.
We can also practice cutting toenails. This is the spot he's used to getting up on the couch. He's nice and relaxed. We start slow. He's nice and calm. He's seen the clippers. We give him a treat here and there. But the biggest treat for Ovi is his massage. Ovi loves a nice massage, so we're going to keep him in a nice calm state. Give him a massage, get him calmed down, so that he starts to associate clipping nails with a nice, calm, enjoyable exercise. This can also be done with two people. One person's giving him a massage and the other person is working with his feet. Stay nice and calm. Keep him in a calm position. Practice putting the clippers by his feet, not always clipping. At the end of the day, he gets a nice massage. This activity is not that bad. Good boy. He actually does fine with the actual act of clipping his toenails. That doesn't freak him out. It's more so the thought of, what are we doing up here? Why is it weird? So if you stay calm, practice this once or twice a week where he just gets up on the couch and you give him a massage and maybe pick up his feet. Maybe sometimes you clip his nails and sometimes you don't. He gets a treat here and there. But the overall theme is that he's nice and calm. Good job. Good boy. If he tries to get up, we're just going to put him right back in position. And you'll have to be a little firm with him. But it's firm but calm. Good job. Good job. That was a good one. We want to be able to pick up his feet without him squirming or trying to pull away. Good job. So we want to end on a good note. So we want to make sure he's nice and calm and that we're releasing him after we're done. All done. We don't want him to learn that him squirming gets him to be able to get up. When Ovi's excited over something and he starts to jump, we're simply going to walk into his space and move him back. Stay tall and have him sit and back up and ask for things politely. And then finally, when Ovi's nice and tired and we've done lots of things with him, he's easily goes in his crate. Gets a few little treats, so we make this a positive thing. But overall, we're just staying calm. So before you need to put him in the crate, make sure you wear him out, make him tired, make him think, and then spend a few minutes putting him in. It's a slow process to get him in, nice and calm to keep him there, and then nice and calm we close the door. He gets a good boy, and then we walk away.